Hi, you guys. Jesus. I just have to laugh because, you know, right before I do this, I run around, I have to lock the door, I have to, get my water, try to remember to have a hanky in case my nose starts running. I mean, it's a strange uh, kind of setting of the stage. Then I do the incense, then I say a prayer. Just to be able to bring through something that is useful to you guys. To read it truly. That's really the deal, is just to see the story in the cards and tell it anyway, it's an honor to do this. And when during COVID, I started throwing cards all the time. And eventually I knew I've got to send this out into the world because I'm doing it as if it's just for me, and I knew it wasn't. And, it still makes me nervous until the camera starts counting, and then I'm like, and I was thinking that things that make us nervous, we often might think is a sign that we're out of our depth, or this isn't a good, it can be like a red flag. But I think the truth is it's more like your body is experiencing something energetic that isn't bad. It's just gets intense. And so maybe to a degree, when we get that feeling of like the jitters, it's an invitation to lean in. An invitation. This is somebody to me who's both in, because you see her, I don't know if you can see it on camera, her kind of ethereal body rising up, her energetic imprint rising up. And she's imploring like this. It's as if she's wanting an energy to come in, but it's also rising up. It reminds me of sort of evangelical church where I'm sure in a lot of places where you want to absorb the energy, up go the hands. Up go the hands. There's something about hands too, like when my dad died, I took his hand, and I've heard that somebody said when the spirit leaves the body, it stays in the hands because of the way chi moves or something. It's there the longest. I have no idea. I didn't intend to say any of this when I sat down, so. Two of Wands, being pulled in a certain direction. And on the board, this guy is facing. This is a major arcana card. Like tapping into the big energies, the ones that make us feel nervous, because it's coming into our little 3D bodies. It's like Shakti. It kind of opens us up. And in this case, this person is ready for it. They're even inviting it in. And it's sort of like, beam me up, Scotty. I'm going to cooperate with this energy that's inviting me into some other realm. it's a kind of yes to the idea that I might step through this portal, that I'm drawn in, that one's energy of direction. In this case, it's like being drawn in. This person is almost projecting where they're going to go, one's energy. They're not on the road yet, but they're intuiting that, yes, this is going to happen and I have to make a decision. Judgment is also a card of decision and new life. On a path to new life. And bottom of the deck, Empress. New life. I mean, she's Gaia. She's the principle of life that's been there way before we as Homo sapiens sapiens were here. She's the birth of the universe. The mother of us all. Us all. Divine feminine energy of Taurus and Libra, ruled by our friend Venus, who is close at hand. So this is sort of like the ask. I'm sending out this vibrational message to the universe, and it's high vibe, beam me up. Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty. It was a transporter that would disassemble your physical body. Remember I said all that energy in the 3D body can and then you can kind of ride it up on that beam. It would disassemble the body in one place and reassemble it in another. And this is a card of earth energy, of landing someplace, taking a stand, making it real. What are we trying to make real? Our ascent into this. I suppose that's what we're doing here, right? Yes, we are. Wheel of Fortune. A turn for the better. The next level thing. It's like the karmic wheel. Somebody described, I think it was this one, as Shiva, I believe, this fellow right behind me, Lord of the Dance. The path of karma that's in motion. Sun card. That's sort of like the prayer and then the answer. It's I wanna be beamed into, it's like the realm of light. I want to be beamed. And this is sort of like, you go up into this new realm. You're reborn, Empress. You birth yourself, essentially, as well as the universe. And you're that Shakti energy, or chi, and whatever you want to call the vibrational. My daughter pointed out the other day, just reminded me that there's a universal hum They've detected a sound coming from the universe like an om or hum. And there's something in this where you're able to hear it. I mean, we've got 4 major arcana, along with this woman making an ask of the universe, show me where to go. Into the light, says the universe. You're ready. It's your karmic path. Don't be afraid. I love tarot so much. This is the Pathwalker, Page of Wands. And look at the exuberance, look at the joy, the life force, the momentum of this wand going round and round, round and round. It's being in cooperation. I mean, Lord of Karma, Lord of the Dance. This is participating in that energy. I get my momentum from tapping into that to begin the journey, to begin. Which way do I go? You find the path presumably by walking the path. This is kind of Pilgrim's Progress. How do I put that in just... this is when you wake up in the morning, having made the ask, having prepared yourself for what you think is ahead. Did I say that? Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute. So hard to keep it all. I've birthed myself. And kind of creation itself. I open my eyes and there I am. Full of that same energy that fills creation. Because, we're not separate from the creator or the creation. That's an artificial boundary. The idea that we don't create every day our world is just silly. It's awesome that we do. It's awe-inspiring, but we do. And do it with joy. That's the message coming through. Like you are not up to the task, because that sounds so like harsh. It's not harsh. You are the beam. You're not just traveling it. Okay. Tell us about Wheel, what's happening. The movement forward, please. Let's see how, yeah. Okay, now I'm supposed to say it. I'd be so lost without. Tarot readers often ask, I think it's a good question, what we don't see coming. I'll do this spread for what we don't see coming. And, in my life that was expressed, that metaphor replayed in a really important moment in my life, where I said to somebody who I really cared about in a situation that I thought called for real transparency, and very legit to the circumstance, I said, I feel like I'm being blindsided. This was what I didn't expect, what I didn't see coming. And the person answered, you blindsided yourself. And it was just like, I don't know, I felt like I had been sucker punched. Like the wind was knocked out of me. But I felt even more that I took the punch. I just said it out loud after I got off the phone with this person. I took the punch. I took the punch. And there's the whole question of, can you be blind? Can you blindside yourself? The whole metaphor is about somebody else being there and, suddenly smacking you and you don't expect it. And so I've thought a lot in the years since that happened. Was I being, what's the word? Gaslighted. All these light images, blind and gaslight and beam me up, Scotty. And I've just really stirred the pot. So if it was becoming clear, I feel like it's now murky. On Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Cups. Whatever it is that we're stepping into, we're not doing it alone. There's some sort of soul group, or, you're facing it together, you're facing the future together. You're looking out at the light. So it's a shared experience. On Sun, King of Wands. This is fire energy. Divine masculine energy of here I am, feel my light. It's a very warm energy. Somebody revealing themselves to the world and presumably to you. I think it's almost like you're manifesting them somehow. You're so high vibrational at this point. Judgment, Empress, World, Sun. And they see you and they respond with warmth and with their own fire energy, like highly intuitive, and I know where to go. I think they're also on the path. And really relieved that you're here with them. Hermit energy. They might have been going it alone. And the hermit does walk a solitary path. For the purpose, it's like a walking meditation. Somehow I'll perhaps set out on this path myself, page energy. I'll discover it by walking it. I'll walk the solitary path. And it doesn't mean like necessarily that you're in retreat. You could be the mother of 8 children. There's really a time for this. Being able to pull yourself away into the quiet. Hermit carries a lantern, like to light yourself up again. So you can walk this Page of Wands path with a light. So you can see where you're going. Again, that idea of light being all through this reading. So on Judgment, I'd like to see how this person who said that to me, you blindsided you. It was just a way of saying I'm not in the equation at all. That was illuminating to me. It did make me realize, I didn't realize I was walking this path by myself. That's illuminating. Not easy, but, I hear you. That's good to know. Thank you for pointing that out. You're not here. On Judgment and what I was talking about, this other person, Ace of Wands. That's sort of the intuitive hit. third eye, how we envision it, I think they're now lit up. On the level of 3D, they've begun to know themselves, to know their intuitive power. It's a card of that individual, we have the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Two of Cups. Why do I keep saying cups? It's not cups. Three of Cups, yes, we got that, but it's Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. I don't know what, okay. Bottom of the deck, Lovers. That goes on Empress. If this person didn't understand that they were also responsible for shining a light, for receiving the light and reflecting it back, they get it now. They're growing their own intuition, their personal, somehow they were relying on you to be the one to see it, to plan for it, to plan the journey. And somehow now they're understanding, they also have to cultivate this light and be able to see by it intuitively, the third eye, seeing in the dark. So now that they've grown their intuition, Empress, Ace of Wands, Lovers, about a relationship with Divine Feminine, they may have gained the wisdom as well, Hermit energy, to begin to, to recognize the path and walk it by their own light, I think this person is going through a spiritual, Hermit card is highly spiritual, and so is Judgment given. It's like, I am the resurrection and the life. But it's new life. It's a whole new level. It's 3D, Empress, Taurus energy of this the realm you can only see, Sword energy, see and conceive of through your intuition, through your mind's eye. This individual has I think this is the one. Well, sometimes the Empress, the Ace of Wands person has their eyes shut, but you can see the eyeballs through them. It's High Priestess. This is somebody who's not seeing with the literal eyes. They're seeing with the mind's eye. Where they might go and how they might get there. And it's union with their Divine Feminine. And it could also be that this person is tapping into their feminine energy. Or that somehow the gender roles, that maybe you were the one before who shined the light, Hermit energy, who, was kind of a sage. You shine the light for them. And somehow, like they were able to light their torch off of your lantern. It now sounds quite sexy, but I think you both inspired this person, like they could light their torch off your light. Something about your visionary capabilities, like got under this person's skin. Now they're inspired to walk the path. Okay, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. They're both choice cards. One sort of says, which way do I go? What's the path? I want to walk the path. And I'm kind of getting a download through my intuition about how to get there. And as well, I'm getting a download about the choice to make it real. Pentacles energy, Empress energy, tangible, earthy, fertile ground where you can grow something. And basically, what are we growing here? We, the lovers, we're growing with our Empress energy, both tapping in. I think Divine Feminine did a lot of the peddling on this one, I have to say. Because they were pregnant with the possibility of this relationship. They reminded this person and inspired this person to believe it, to let the light in. They held the lantern. And absent their presence, Taurus energy, I'm here. And so are you. This is our lifetime. This is our lifetime. Tick tock. Make the choice to be here. Be here now, as Ram Dass said. And he had a lot to say about the flame too, but that's for another time. But in this case, really, everything, all the conditions are ripe, Empress energy, to give birth to this thing. Divine masculine, divine feminine. And I think later this month, or maybe it's in early June, Venus and Mars are both in, I think it's in Taurus. In Taurus. Both the masculine and the feminine. There's some kind of reconciliation. There just is. And it is always a question of choice. Choosing the timeline, Two of Pentacles, saying it's now. Choosing the path. Actually putting it into action, Wands energy. The energy of the sun. Be here now. Where's my batoon? Here we go. Let the sunshine in. From a pretty musical called Hair. But that was kind of a good tune. It was celebratory. Of warmth and light. Celebrate it.